Hi class. This demonstration is for my iPad users. So I wanted to show you a couple of quick tips. And the first one is walking you through your settings to ensure that you have all the proper settings turned off or turned on so you can access your ebooks. So I'm going to come up to the top where the three dots are. When you see these three dots and you tap it, it gives you options. So, for example, let's say you're working on a discussion and you want to reference something that was in one of your ebooks, right? Like your medical language immerse yourself. So, in order to still have a visual on the information that you want to share or use for your discussion, what would that look like? How could you have both screens up at the same time? Let me show you. So I'm going to click slide over. And let's say, for example, I want to go to my bookshelf library. So if you're looking at the lower toolbar on my iPad, you'll see that there's a little orange book. If you don't have this application already on your iPad, then I suggest going to your App Store, which is the A in the lower left corner over there. That's what the icon looks like. And you click on the App Store. And then you would hit search. And then you would look for bookshelf library. So you would go bookshelf. And then you'll see the bookshelf application. I already have it on my iPad, but if you didn't, all you would need to do is just click download. All right, now let's talk about how to access your books. To access your books, first we need to go into your settings. Click on settings. Scroll till you get to your Safari application. There it is, Safari. And then I have an older version of an iPad, so your settings might be in a different area than mine, but this is just in general, it's the same features though, but it just might look a little bit different on your end. So you'll see that under privacy and security, I have turned off prevent cross-site tracking. Okay, make sure that's turned off. Under general, make sure that block pop-ups is also turned off. If you have Google Chrome, navigate to Google Chrome as well. So it depends on how you launch your apps. And then make sure that you also have allow cross website tracking turned on. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Up next, let's talk about an assignment, right? So let's talk about if you wanted to um, access your Canvas courses, right? Let's talk about a discussion, for example, and also be able to look at your book. So I'm going to go ahead and launch my Google Chrome here. Make sure you're only using Safari and Google Chrome as your web browsers. Always go to my.carrington.edu. Do not download that Canvas application. It does not talk to our Canvas. Click Go to Class. I'm going to pull up your week 1 EHR Go. All right. So for example, you have the graded assignment link here, and then you also have your resource document. Let's click on this link. All right. It'll redirect you to the orientation. Download the assignment. Now notice down at the bottom where it's asking me where I want to save this. So click save, right? And this is your opportunity. Where do you want to save this? And this is a good example for anything that you're going to save. So I want to save it to my files. You could also save it to your Google Drive. And then it's going to say download complete. Where do you want to open it? Now I'm going to open mine in my Microsoft Office. Or you can also open in downloads. Let's actually open in downloads. Click on your downloads. And there's a couple ways you can go about searching. Okay. So everything is in alphabetic order. Okay. So this was a EHR orientation. So I can see it's listed there. Notice how everything also has time and date stamps on it. So now I'm going to click on the orientation. This is going to open up in Microsoft Office. Great. Now I have access to the document, but I need access to my EHR Go too. So now I'm going to click Split View, or actually, let me slide this over. I want to make sure that I have my, there we go. So I think I'm going to do Split View and right split. There we go. All right. Now I just pinched my screen to make it smaller, so the whole activity is there for me. And then from the left side of my screen, I can launch my EHR. I can click New Session. And now I'm working on my assignment while still having access to the dashboard. All right. And then again, you just go through this, and then you can tap on where you want to type, and then you just start typing on the document, just like you would in a Word document. Okay. Now let's say you've completed the document, you've answered all the questions, and now you're ready to save this so you can upload it into Canvas. Let's walk through that. So I'm going to close the EHR Go side, okay? Actually, I'm going to do full screen here. There we go. And then what you can do, come over to the 3 dots. Actually, what you can do is you can save this to your files. There we go. And then again, now here's the most important thing. Once you've entered information onto it, right, and you've put your answers to the questions, you definitely want to rename the document. So you might want to name it something like completed EHR Go, right? Or EHR orientation, complete, right? That way you can distinguish the difference between your original document and your saved document, okay? Also notice that it says that this item was synced with the cloud. That's great. Now I have two areas where I can retrieve this document. All right, orientation complete. Yes, save. All right, so now I want to get into my Canvas and I want to upload the document. I'm going to use a sample course so I can walk you through how to upload it from your iPad. I got to find a assignment here, something I can upload into. Um, Here we go. I'm just going to use my, again, this is just a sample sandbox, but it'll still give us the same action of being able to upload a document, okay? So again, you would hit your upload button. It's going to ask you what file you want to choose. So you're going to select choose files. And then you can go to locations. You can go to your iCloud drive. You can also go to recents, and then you'll see there EHR orientation complete. Select, oops, nope, I don't want to deselect all. Select, then hit open. And now you've uploaded your first assignment. Okay, so again, that was just a sandbox demonstration, not your actual assignment, but I wanted to walk you through how smoothly to access your downloads and to upload or to save your work, retrieve it from your iPad, and then upload it into Canvas. Let's say, and I'm going to give you one more example. So let's say that I'm working on a discussion. So you're over here in your modules. I want to work on this patient's case study. All right. And let's say that I want to go back and look at one of my readings, right? Something I want to pull from one of my books. What you can also do, you don't have to leave the screen. We can slide this over. You can launch, or excuse me, oop, boop, boop. You can launch, you can either launch Canvas again, or you can go into your, you can go back over to your apps and you can open up your book from bookshelf. Let's say I wanted to take something out of my medical language immerse yourself book. All right, so now I've got my readings, my chapter readings on my screen. And I want to also have my Canvas discussion up. So I come back over, there I am, right? So now I've got my books on one side and I can reply to the post or I can reply to another classmate and keep the conversation going. One last thing I recommend, App Store If you notice at the very bottom of my iPad, next to the settings icon, there is the Office 365 icon. I recommend just downloading this app because this is where you can retrieve all of your apps from. So I just opened up my Office 365 and it opened up my OneDrive. So keep in mind for my iPad users, this is where, you can store your files in many ways. You can put them in your downloads, you can put them in files, or again, uh, to access your information, your files, your downloads from anywhere, you want to store it inside of your Outlook OneDrive, right? That way you could get onto any computer and retrieve the same stuff. But if you only have it on your iPad, you would have to be physically on your iPad to retrieve your downloads. Make sense? Okay. All right. So what last thing I want to show you, starting from the top, the little cloud feature that tells me that I'm in my OneDrive. Okay. And then scroll towards the bottom where you see those 9 dots. When you click those 9 dots, it's going to bring up all of your apps, right? There is your email, there's your OneDrive. You can also, just from Microsoft Office 365, you could also just get these apps and then they're on your dashboard or on your iPad dashboard as well. Word, PowerPoint, and then again, there's your Teams. That's how we'll join our meetings each week. And that's it. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Till the next episode.